Hello everyone, it's Crystal. I hope everyone is doing well today, having a relaxing Saturday. Today is Saturday, January 2nd, 2021. Today is the last day for our JJ21 Preview. Today we will feature a free Sale-a-bration item. We will feature the Touch of Ink stamp set. It is free with a $100 purchase. So let's get started. This is the Touch of Ink stamp set. It is a photopolymer stamp set. There are 17 stamps in the set. We have a hummingbird, we have the outline, and then we have the body. Have some leaves, and we have the body. Some flowers in the body. A butterfly in the body. And these don't line up perfectly, these bodies with the outlines. It's just to give you the sense of color. And we have some dots here, a small single leaf with the body. And we have some few sentiments, best wishes, thank you so much, hope, love, thinking of you, and hello friend. Once again, 17 stamps in the set, and they are split among two carrier sheets. So that's one. That's a better look. That's one of the carrier sheets. And here is the second carrier sheet. So this is two-step stamping. I talked about this previously this week with other stamp sets that do two-step stamping. Take some practice, but if you take the time to practice, you will get great results. I decided to use the Hydrangea Hill Designer Series paper. In that paper, we have Gorgeous Grape. This is Gorgeous Grape. We have Highland Heather. This is Highland Heather. Misty Moonlight. Misty Moonlight is a 2020-2022 in color. That's what that image means. It means that this color will last for 2 years and then it will retire. Misty Moonlight, Mossy Meadow. Mossy Meadow is a neutral color. This is Mossy Meadow. Old Olive. This is Old Olive. Rococo Rose. Rococo Rose is a 2019 to 2021 in color. I don't have anything in that in color family. And Seaside Spray is also an in color 2019 to 2021. And then we have Whisper White. When I did my unboxing for my pre-order, I opened this package, but I will go through it again just so you can see the paper again. I have some scraps. See, this is the Rococo Rose. Some flowers gives you the impression of painting. And this is the opposite side. This is the Highland Heather with some Whisper White stripes. It's another paper with some hydrangeas in bunches. This is Seaside Spray. This looks like Highland Heather. And this is the Rococo Rose. I don't know if I have another sheet of this, but this is the opposite side of that. And then we have the hydrangeas. Then we have the Old Olive and the Mossy Meadow as a crosshatch. Here's the entire sheet of that. Here's our Rococo Rose again with our stripes. The bunches of hydrangeas. And this is a directional print, so if you use it, just be mindful that you can it's best to use this in this direction. And there's the back again. And then we have Gorgeous Grape, Seaside Spray, and Highland Heather hydrangeas as a bunch. And then we have Seaside Spray on the reverse. I don't have Seaside Spray ink, but I do have some Seaside Spray cardstock, and I ordered that cardstock when I ordered this designer series paper. More hydrangeas, smaller scale than the previous scale, and we have Highland Heather on the back, and there's some flowers. They're really subtle, sort of tone on tone. And this is the reason I bought this pack. I am a quilter, sewer, creative person. So this designer series paper reminds me of fabric that has a border print. The fabric may be solid here and just on the border of the fabric near the selvage may have a design. So that's what I thought of when I saw this paper, and I bought this designer series paper specifically for this sheet, or 2 sheets. So this is 12 by 12 paper. So the sheet that I used, I just cut it up into 4-inch strips this way. And I used one in one of the samples, so I can get 6 card fronts from each sheet of paper. This is the back, the Rococo Rose on the back. But this is, I'm not a huge flower person, but when I saw this sheet, I knew I needed to have this paper. So this is called Hydrangea Hill Designer Series paper. There's an entire suite of products in the JJ21 catalog that goes with this paper. I did get some Gorgeous Grape ribbon, but I didn't order everything that's in the catalog. So with our stamp set, since it's 2-step stamping and I knew I was going to use the Hydrangea Hill Designer Series paper, I did my legend. I did 2. I did one for the hummingbirds and one for the butterflies. So I did a black, I used the Memento Tuxedo Black ink as my outline for each of the hummingbirds. And I took Daffodil Delight, Highland Heather, and Gorgeous Grape and Misty Moonlight for my hummingbirds. So this image is going from the stamp pad directly to the paper. And this image is going directly over here without re-inking. So Daffodil Delight, 1st generation stamping. So that's what that means. So just to get an idea of what the hummingbirds would look like in different colors. And as I said, the colors don't match up perfectly. It's just to give you an idea of color for the bird. So Daffodil Delight, Highland Heather. Here's Highland Heather stamped off. Gorgeous Grape, full strength. Gorgeous Grape stamped off. Misty Moonlight, full strength, and then Misty Moonlight stamped off. And then this one I didn't stamp. And then I did the same thing for my butterflies. Daffodil Delight, Gorgeous Grape, Highland Heather, Misty Moonlight, and then stamped off, stamped off, stamped off, and stamped off. So I'm going to keep this with my stamp set just as a reference for future projects. So let's get to our samples. Our first sample is with the paper that drew me to the Hydrangea Hill stamp set. We have Seaside Spray cardstock, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. And as I mentioned previously, I cut this paper into 4-inch strips. So I didn't do anything to the paper other than stamp the hummingbird. I stamped the hummingbird in the Memento black ink. Used the Gorgeous Grape full strength. And Thinking of You is also Gorgeous Grape. And these pearls come in the Hydrangea Hill suite. They're called pastel pearls. There are 200 really? There are 200 pearls in this pack. Gorgeous Grape, Seaside Spray, and Highland Heather. So I used 3 on this project. Simple card, nothing fancy, no die cutting. The paper, the designer series paper, tells the full story. Thinking of You, it's a nice card for encouragement. Best wishes, and then hope. So there's plenty of space to write a personalized message. Quick card. The designer series paper does all the work for you. That's our first card. Our second card is the Rococo Rose paper with the petals. Whisper White cardstock, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. The designer series paper is 4 by 5 1/4. And then I took this 3/4 inch, I believe. Yes, 3/4 inch. It was a scrap of Whisper White cardstock. I stamped Best Wishes, and I used I used this punch right here. I think it's the Banners Pick a Punch. It's similar to a punch we used earlier in the week. And I used this. This is 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch, and 1 inch strips of paper. And then there are 2 different ways you can punch. So you get 6 choices. Similar to the Treasured Medallion punch that we used the other day. Except this has just a different edge. So you get a lot of bang for your buck. 6 choices for your projects. Thinking of You, and then hope on the inside. This is Whisper White cardstock, 4 by 5 1/4. I didn't mention on this one, same dimensions, 4 by 5 1/4 for this Whisper White. And I used Gorgeous Grape ink. And this is just simply black ink. So if you're just starting out with stamping, a black stamp pad, that'll take you far until you're able to buy different color stamps. Different color ink pads. Black will not do you wrong. So Best Wishes, Thinking of You, and Hope. So this is another card that's good for encouragement. Our third card is Seaside Spray cardstock, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. This designer series paper is 4 by 5 1/4. I took a scrap of Whisper White and I stamped Hello Friend in Gorgeous Grape. And I used my punch, 1 3/8 inch scallop circle punch to punch out this sentiment. And my sentiment is on dimensionals, and I used the Seaside Spray. It's very faint color, but I used the Seaside Spray pearl right there. On the inside, thank you so much, and then love is in the lower left. This is Whisper White cardstock, 4 by 5 1/4, and I use Gorgeous Grape ink to stamp the sentiments. Another quick card. And our final card is a fun fold card. And one of my team leaders, Hattie, she designed this card. I guess it was Tuesday, December 29th. some demonstrators, some of us got together and we had a holiday party. And part of the holiday party, we did some mystery stamping. Mystery stamping is when the person in charge gives you clues. They tell you what dimensions to cut out your paper, your cardstock, your designer series paper, until you can pick your own stamp set, you pick your own colors, but they give you directions. So my card for mystery, this is my card from the mystery stamping night. I picked the stamp set, Under My Umbrella stamp set. I chose my regular pearls and I used Dark Mango Melody, because this is an alcohol blend, and that can color your pearls. I wasn't sure what we were going to do, so I like this color combination. Rain or shine, you're always on my mind. That's one of the sentiments in the Under My Umbrella stamp set. That stamp set is in the annual catalog. And then I did some stamping off of my raindrops here. I used Memento Black ink, and I stamped on the scrap paper, and then I stamped here on this paper. And I don't have a sentiment on the inside, but I was inspired Tuesday night that I wanted to use use this card design to show you. It's a little bit more thought out, but it's still simple. So I'll tell you what the pieces are. She gave us the instructions. We need a colored cardstock, 7 1/4 by 5 1/2, 7 1/4 by 5 1/2, and it's scored at 4 1/4. So I did that. And another piece of cardstock, same color, 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 square, scored at 1. So I did that. A third piece of colored cardstock, same color, 2 1/2 by 3 1/2. So I did that right there. Then we had some designer series paper, 5 1/4 by 2 3/4. That's there. Another piece of designer series paper, 4 by 3, 4 by 3. So I could use either side, but I'm going to use this side. I'm going to put it together for you so you can see how easy it is to do cards in different kind of shapes. You needed a neutral cardstock, Whisper White or Very Vanilla, 5 1/4 by 4. We know this dimension. I use it for almost every card. And another piece of neutral cardstock, 3 1/4 by 2 1/4. So it's those 7 pieces. And then we stamped our sentiment on this. And then she told us to adhere this page. So we could have stamped our sentiment this way or this way. She just says stamp a sentiment. So that's part of mystery stamping. Each person does what the instructor gives, the bare minimum, and it's exciting to see at the end how people interpret those instructions. So I stamped for my mystery stamping. I stamped my sentiment horizontal in the horizontal landscape format. Some people stamped it that way. So when after they adhered these pieces together, they had this. Some people had this. So that's something exciting. Then we had to adhere this shape, this size cardstock to this piece of this cardstock to this designer series paper. So that was the next step. And then we had to adhere this designer series paper to this cardstock. And another step was to adhere this, once these two were together, to here. So some people did it this way, some people did it that way. And then we were told to take this piece and put it on top. Some people put it on top portrait, some people put it on top landscape, some people put it on top diagonally. So that's just something, a nice activity if you are a stamper and you're doing a class or a group, or you have some kids that you want to do a project with. You can do some mystery stamping. You could cut out all the pieces for the children and explain to them what you're going to do, and just have them use their imagination. There's no right or wrong answer. Do whatever your imagination calls for. So that's just an idea for you. If you have children in your life and they want to do an activity, and you can use this example right here. I talked to Hattie about it. I asked her if she was the one that designed this card, and she designed it, and I told her I was going to use it in a tutorial, and she was happy. So I'm not going to actually put it together. If you would like to do this activity with some children in your life, in your family, and you want to do a mystery stamping card, whether it's this card or another card, or you have questions about what the procedure is, feel free to contact me. I think it's good for children to have some sort of creative outlet, especially since bad weather is coming and we're all going to be in the house just hanging out. So those are our cards for today. We use the Touch of Ink stamp set, which is a free Sale-a-bration item. You can get this stamp set free with a $100 purchase from the January to June 2021 mini catalog or the annual catalog during Sale-a-bration. Sale-a-bration runs from January 5th, 2021 to February 28th, 2021. And we also use the Hydrangea Hill Designer Series paper. The Hydrangea Hill Designer Series paper is in the January to June 2021 mini catalog. It comes with a suite of products. You don't have to buy the entire suite. You can buy parts of the suite. I bought the pearls and I bought the gorgeous grape ribbon, even though I didn't use the ribbon in any of these projects, but I bought those three things from the suite. So thank you for watching this week. I hope that the samples that I made from the JJ21 catalog and from the Sale-a-bration brochure gave you ideas of what you can do. I kept them simple and straightforward so that you can make those projects. If you're pressed for time or if you're new to stamping, you can make those projects yourself. If you have some small children in your life, as I said previously, and you want to keep them occupied, the projects I made are simple and they can be used to keep the kids occupied. So I thank you for joining me this week. I hope you have gotten some inspiration. Tomorrow is Sunday. Tomorrow is our regular Sunday fun day. And I'm going to be using the Sweet Strawberry Bundle from the JJ21 catalog. I really like the strawberries. I previously used the Berry Blessings bundle, which was a free bundle from the Sale-a-bration brochure. And when I did those projects, I mentioned that the Designer Series paper and the Berry Blessings bundle coordinated with the Sweet Strawberry bundle from the JJ21. So JJ21, Sale-a-bration, it all works together. So if you have questions about how things would work together, if you have questions about Sale-a-bration, It starts on Tuesday, the 5th, January 5th. If you have questions about the August to December 2020 mini catalog, that expires on Monday the 4th. If you have questions about Paper Pumpkin, anything, just let me know, contact me, and I will see you all tomorrow on Sunday for Sunday Fun Day. Continue to enjoy your Saturday, and happy crafting.